All right. I don't even need to do an introduction. We have just witnessed one of the craziest things to ever happen in NBA history.
Ever.
I won't even say your guys' names. They don't matter. The name of this podcast doesn't matter. Luka Doncic got traded to the Los Angeles Lakers, and we're going to spend almost the whole podcast talking about it.
Yeah.
We got a Mavs fan on the TV. We got a Lakers fan right here on the couch.
That's the part that's like so funny.
Yeah.
Is like it's the two teams that are talked about the most on here.
Mm-hmm. There's no better podcast.
You okay,
right
Corey?
now.
I am emotionally hurt. Don't start with me. Keep introducing the pod. I'm gonna get my emotions vomited.
Because I even said it on Twitter. I was like, hey, if you got a Mavericks fan in your life, check it out. They just lost their first bad bitch. Like, nah, that's terrible, man. like, there's some white people in Dallas, Texas right now that probably were never into basketball like that. And there's something about when a white basketball player does well, white people just get excited about hoops again. And I really feel like he was that guy. Because, like, it's like the thing about, like, he's one of the European players. He doesn't do hella interviews. So there's some white people there that don't even know he has an accent. So they like it, you know? Slovenia, that's in Massachusetts, right? They don't even know. You know what I'm saying? And now that he's gone, like, I can just tell they're just like, man, fuck this shit. Now Kyrie Irving is the leader of your team, the black Muslim flat earther. That's funny.
This is a trade that to me is getting worse and worse by the day.
Why?
Like, because I can't justify the reasoning for the trade. Like it seems like emotional. Like it seems personal more than like business. And usually it's business over personal. And like it seems like almost like kind of selfish coming from like the GM's perspective because he didn't take the locker room into account. He didn't take the fan base into account. I mean, the Mavs played the Cavs yesterday, and that was a team that had its soul sucked out. Like everyone was blindsided. It seemed like the team really liked Luka. So to not even take into account how this would affect the team. And like, oh my goodness, 2 months ago, when everyone was healthy, they're a contender to win a championship. Like they're the second best team in the
finals last year.
Like I don't like, even with a fat Luka, you're still a finals contender. So
fat Luka on one leg took them to the finals, bro.
I just don't. It doesn't.
I've gotten some insider info.
Ooh, okay. You were right about the Jimmy Butler stuff.
It's a little conspiracy. But I do think so. This new ownership group that just came in, right? Mark Cuban, getting Mark Cuban out was the first domino. What I've been hearing is these people want to take the Mavs to Vegas, and getting Cuban out, getting Luka out is a way to kind of bring the value down. The fan base doesn't really give a fuck anymore, and now you can look at avenues and ways to get to Vegas. So basically this same ownership group was a part of this business thing where they were trying to basically get like all this like different sports gambling and sports betting shit legal in Texas. And they wanted to make like a Vegas style, what's it called? Like the Parisian or something. They wanted to make something like that in Texas where it would be like a gambling haven, sport, all that kind of shit. They were like paying lobbyists, all this other type of stuff. And that didn't go over because they're not going to let you make Vegas somewhere else. There's just too much money. You know what I'm saying? That's why like gambling and sports betting is illegal here in Los Angeles, California, because they want you to just go to Vegas and gamble and everything. So they tried to make that happen. The lobbyist thing didn't work. So obviously the second best option was like, okay, well, let's just be the NBA team in Vegas. And so they bought out Cuban. They got into the Mavs, and it looks like they're just like trying to.
I haven't heard that before. I like that take.
I heard it from a couple people
spin.
earlier today, and it looks like this ownership group is like they're fucking things up on purpose because there is no reason in or above heaven that makes sense to trade a 25-year-old Luka Doncic if it's not to just like not have a good franchise anymore.
And to trade him like that, like, so just
you didn't even make him available, because that's the
Yeah.
other thing. You didn't even make him available to other teams. You didn't even try to get other or better offers. It was just like, we want Anthony Davis. Boom, get out of here. It's weird. So if it's the Vegas Mavericks in a couple years, just say I told you first.
Corey, I saw that you were in the car driving. Are you driving off a cliff, or what are we doing?
Give me 120.
Okay. I will say though, Saturday. This happened Saturday night.
Mm-hmm.
Not many people are talking about this, but the Timberwolves picked a great night to lose to the
Dude,
Wizards.
I literally texted my friend that is the biggest Wolves fan, and I was like, yo, everything was so crazy last night. I forgot to text you and make fun of y'all for losing to the Wizards.
Yeah, they lost to the 6-win Wizards. So they pay if you're going to lose to the Wizards.
That was the night to do it.
I mean, I guess I just want to talk about my experience from Saturday night, because I mean, I was calling everybody. Like,
I called several people.
I called my girlfriend. She has no idea who
Right.
like Luka is. I just had to tell as many people as possible.
That was the first time I called my dad first in a minute.
Yeah. Like I wasn't old enough to remember, but I'd have to imagine that's kind of what 9/11 felt like.
You just on the phone with people.
Yeah, you're like, did you hear the news? Because I was called 10 people.
I mean, from the first couple minutes where everybody just thought Shams got hacked was the funniest shit.
And like, this is what I was thinking about. Americans are such an odd brand of species, because this news dropped and everyone's like, Shams got hacked. There's no way this is real.
Mm-hmm.
But like, if they see one drone in the sky, they're like, China's coming.
Yep.
And they're like, oh, what, nuclear war, World War III is happening.
Yep. Because, I mean, that is probably going to happen. But Luka Doncic, World War III happening and Luka Doncic getting traded in his prime, I'd put my odds on World War III happening before that.
Honestly, yes.
So now I know for sure World War III is going to happen.
Yes.
If Luka Doncic can get traded in his prime. This is a very scary time we're in, guys.
Yeah. If this can happen, like,
anything can happen. And it seems like today, now everybody's just like, oh, well, if you can do that. KD's up for a trade.
Mm-hmm.
Zach LaVine, like, it's just like everybody that's anybody is up for trades. The Warriors called about Paul George today, which just lets me know them niggas not serious.
Yeah.
Why are you calling about Paul George?
He's having the worst year of his career
ever. And so, like, I mean, I've never seen anything like this ever.
No,
and to do it in the middle of the night after the Lakers beat the Knicks.
Mm-hmm.
That was the other thing. That was one of the best complete games the Lakers played defensively. And I didn't even really get a chance to like talk about it or even whatever, because hours later, Anthony Davis gets traded.
Yeah.
Like, I was like looking on the floor. I was like, dude, that lineup where it's you got Finney-Smith, Vando, and Rui on the floor at the same time. It's a really good lineup. Teams cannot run with them, and they can't score. And I was just like, man, this is really good. And then I didn't even get a chance to like process Vanderbilt being back.
Do you believe that LeBron really had no idea?
No, I don't believe that one bit.
Okay. I kind of do believe it.
I don't.
Because it seemed so stealthy. It seemed like no one had any idea.
I just don't think LeBron James. Do I think LeBron said, don't do it? Yeah. I don't think LeBron wanted them to trade AD, but there's no way he didn't know. Like, did you see the Kevin Garnett posted an Instagram story? It was like, LeBron lying. Ain't no way. That's legit, bro. But then another person did bring up a good point to me, is like, LeBron and AD have just been asking for them to go get a center for 2 seasons now, and they haven't listened. So that's possible.
I mean, the Lakers like, AD, you want to play the 4? You go to Dallas. Well, you can play the 4.
That's why I really do think this Mavericks team is the perfect spot for him.
They're not going to be bad.
They're not going to be bad at all. They're going to be pretty good for like at least next 2 seasons.
If they're all healthy.
Like, what if they go win
the championship?
Yes.
I mean, probably not, but
I don't know, bro.
He said the championship. He said, "Nigga, what the fuck is you talking about?"
I don't know, dog. I think they can beat the West. I do. I believe in a Kyrie and Anthony. Like, here's my thing, bro. Everything has been, this whole conversation has been about Luka, and rightfully so. We've never seen somebody who is a global superstar like this get traded in their literal prime of their career. And like, really, I don't even know if this really is his prime. He's 25. Dude just now can rent a car. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But it's just like, why are we acting like a week and a half ago, Anthony Davis didn't have 40 and 20?
Yeah, I think.
And then the night before had 36 and 13.
If you were like asking the question, what's the best player we could practically get back for Luka? Anthony Davis is probably one of the three.
Yeah,
to me,
a top 12 guy.
Yeah, I think I put him in the top 10. How good he is defensively and how effective he is offensively.
You got a defensive player of the year candidate who can get you 35 at any point. No one. There's only one other person in the league that can do that, and that's Giannis.
But logically, it doesn't make sense to trade someone who you think is injury prone to also get back someone. The
reasons they were giving made no sense, and that's why I think it's like, I do kind of believe this Vegas conspiracy, and then two, I just don't think they wanted to give him that $345 million.
Yeah, I have one more conspiracy. They traded Luka and Maxi Kleber. So do they know something about these Trump deportations that we don't know? Trading two Europeans.
You a sick nigga, bro.
Trading two Europeans, getting back two Americans.
Ooh, just in case.
I can't think of any.
And Mark Cuban,
non-Americans on the Mavs
Cuban was
right now.
going at Trump, so like if any team was going to get a player deported first, it'd be the Mavs.
Yep.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Damn.
All right.
Okay.
All right. You set the emotional landscape perfectly. He said, "Yeah, I was with my girl. I had to explain it to my girl. Me and my girl was in a heated, emotional conversation about the kids." And all of a sudden, the ESPN ticker came across. And I said, "Oh, my God." She thought it was over between us, y'all. She thought it was over. I said, "No, baby. They just traded my best player off my favorite team." She didn't understand what it meant. I had to break it down in royalty now. I said, think about if my king had to leave my kingdom. And these niggas didn't even give us at least 5 princes back. They just gave us a duke. All right, y'all. You guys have been breaking it down beautifully. The package wasn't enough.
No.
Start there.
No.
When you trade Luka Doncic, I've talked about it on this pod. We starting at 5 first. If Mikal Bridges went for fucking 5 first. If Rudy Gobert went for 5 first, we started 5 first.
I get every single pick you got.
Hey, empty the war chest. Well, you could have gave me Chet in every pick in second rounder in OKC. You could have gave me Vassell and fucking Castle in every pick in San Antonio. You could have gave me Market and Sexton and everything you got in Utah. But you gave me fucking Anthony Davis. I'll get to Anthony Davis later. I don't want to get to no bright spots. This was not enough.
No.
Nico, I'm going to get to Nico too. This was not enough. The reasoning, conditioning. He fat. He 270 pounds. Now he is 270 in that picture you sent when he got to LA. Now told me I was hating when I saw that double chin picture. He is 270. He at least 285. But this fat motherfucker led me to a finals 7 months ago.
Yep.
He got me in the Western Conference Finals 2 years ago. I told y'all I had the post and everything being, I didn't show you. But I said, man, Luka might request a trade the way they took that beer out of his hands after the Western Conference Finals. You said it beautifully, Ben. Windhorse said it. Yo, they must hate Luka Doncic.
They don't like him.
This is real beef. This has been brewing.
He bought a $15 million mansion last week in Dallas.
Conditioning and defense, I don't want to hear nothing about that, man. I saw this fat ass nigga locking up Harden in the first round. I saw his fat ass. Now, not in that Boston series. I do understand recency bias. In that Boston series, he got hunted. But every step of the way, when we needed this fat nigga to stand up, he stood up.
Yep.
So to tell me anything about his conditioning, just tell me what the real beef was.
Yeah.
Is there an Ime Udoka situation going on here?
I had that thought too.
I was thinking about that.
I had that thought too.
I have to know to get him out of there, and you only approach the Lakers. Listen, Anthony Davis, I will get to Anthony Davis. You were right. This is still a top 10, top 12 guy in the NBA. This is going to make our defense elite, especially with Lively in the time they get to stay out there. And even when AD's at the 5 and PJ Washington's at the 4, this is still going to be a super elite defense. So I do get that, but to trade away a 25-year-old, y'all said it beautifully, and now we banking on Kyrie and AD because we ain't even got a number one option. We got two super number two options.
Yes.
We got two of the best number twos in NBA history.
And Clay on the wing. That's probably third best number two.
Do not mention Clay is the fifth option on this team. I am sick of it. I'm not even sugarcoating it today. We going to PJ and Dinwiddie before Clay gets all them shots. That's the bad part. That's why this trade looks funny in the light. There better be another fucking trade down the pipeline. Luka's conditioning. I'm emotional. All right. Y'all, I was almost getting over it now, said I was posting through it, and I'll get to that later. But that Dear Dallas post being, I teared up. I was at work when I read it.
Yeah, he was sad.
Yeah. They said he cried.
He said he would finish his career here.
Mm-hmm. He liked it out there. They said he cried when he found out he got traded. Because I said, you got to think, bro, this dude came to America at like 17, 18. And this was the first place he's ever lived in a new country. He got married. He has a child now. This dude has an entire life. He literally just bought a $15 million mansion last week. So it's like you got all of that.
He keeping it because that's taxes.
Exactly. So it's just like, yeah, dude, that was sad. Like to just do that. That's how I'm just kind of like, and I was also saying like past the jokes and everything, like that's not how you treat a star player. That's just not how you don't do that.
Which is why like this decision has to be like driven emotionally and not like
this new ownership.
It's all emotion.
This new ownership group up there, they don't care.
The new ownership group. All right, because I want to get to Nico in a second.
Yeah.
This new ownership group for sure, but this is. I'm trying to justify because I'm not no super. I'm 31. I'm not no guy that hopped teams. The Mavericks are my team.
Yeah.
So I am sitting here focused on the AD Kyrie led Mavericks now.
Mm-hmm.
But to say those soft tissue injuries came from him being fat and all this, Zion Williamson is still in a fucking Pelicans uniform.
Yep.
And he might not be half the player Luka Doncic is.
He isn't.
Only drafted a year after at that, I might know.
Right.
So for us to get rid of this, oh man, my heart is broken. But as my heart is broken, it brought me to Nico Harrison. The Nico Harrison and Jason Kidd regime starts in 2021 in the summer. I want to walk y'all through some of the transactions Nico has made since becoming the GM of the Dallas Mavericks. At the trade deadline in 2022, he traded Kristaps Porzingis for Spencer Dinwiddie and Davis Bertans. That led us to go on the Western Conference Finals run. I wasn't mad, DMB. You remember? I said, "Oh
yeah,
shit."
Luka hated Kristaps, right?
That's it. Yep, I did not. I wasn't a fan of the Kristaps thing.
Yeah.
In the summer, then that same summer, he traded 2 seconds for Jaden Hardy. I love the Hardy party. He also traded Boban, Trey Berg, Sterling Brown, a bunch of guys for Christian Wood. I said, "Oh shit, we got our Zinger replacement. We don't even need this." 2022 was going a little bit of a way, and this nigga just traded Dinwiddie and Dorian Finney-Smith for Kyrie Irving out of nowhere. I was shocked. I didn't know what to think then because we were tanking. But that tanking led him to trade the Davis Bertans he traded Porzingis for Derek Lively, for the pick for Derek Lively. We then traded cash considerations for Omax Christie and Rashawn Holmes. I said, why the fuck do we need more Rashawn Holmes? I didn't think too much of it then now. In that same summer, we traded a swap, a 2030 swap, and Reggie Bullock for Grant Williams. I said, oh shit, Nico cooking. He understands something. The Grant thing didn't go well, as everybody knows. But he took that Grant Williams contract in a first, and he got us P.J. Washington. That same Rashawn Holmes he traded for in the summer, he took that contract in another first, and he got us Daniel Gafford. This summer, he signed Najee Marshall. He signed Quentin Grimes. We got Klay Thompson, leading us all to here. Ben, as all them transactions I led to you, you think that's a bad GM just based off those transactions?
You've forgotten about fumbling the Jalen Brunson situation as well.
Yeah, that was crazy.
add that.
I think the Brunson thing. I wanted to mention the Brunson thing because I saw a lot of people saying we fumbled Porzingis and Brunson in the same Nico Harris window. The regime before Donnie Nelson should have re-signed Jalen Brunson before Nico Harrison got the job.
Okay,
I'll give you that.
Okay,
that 4 for 55 was on the table before Nico got the job.
Yeah. So I mean, like, there are a lot of
Rick and Jalen already had a plan that season that they were gone, that we were playing ourselves out of this contract.
Okay. I mean,
so I'm not giving that. If you want to give it to him, if you want to go, he fumbled Jalen and now he's fumbling Luka, it's fair.
I mean, the end product was 2 months ago a title contending team. So I would say yes, he's done a pretty good job. Yeah. Like, this team is better than whatever they had with Porzingis and Brunson. They're a deeper team, a lot more people to play.
Yeah,
made the finals last year.
I agree. So it leads me to his press conference yesterday with Jason Kidd.
Yeah, I haven't seen
Jason Kidd looking there dumb in the face.
Yeah, I just saw the
dumb
picture.
In the face. But he beautifully said, now only time will tell if I'm right. As a Dallas Mavericks fan, we can contend right now.
Yeah.
AD and Kyrie is a hell of a two-man.
I think they're either the second or third best team in the West.
I think AD and Lively together are dangerous. Come on, Jared Allen and Evan Mobley. I think they are dangerous together. I do not know what my team looks like in 2028, though.
Nope. That
2027, I don't know what this team looks like.
That's the problem.
When that Kyrie and that AD contract that is up.
Yeah, that's what I was like.
Jaden Hardy not gonna get us. Go ahead.
What does this mean for Kyrie? Like, I mean, can he opt out of his contract in the summer?
I got faith in Kyrie. I don't like the Kyrie about the wild out narrative because Luka.
Yeah, I don't think he is at all.
I think AD is his boy.
Yeah, I think he about to lock in even more.
I think AD is his boy.
Yeah, Kyrie and AD.
And I think, now that you basically the number one option. I mean, we would like it to be AD, but Kyrie's the number one option.
Yep.
And getting 25 shots a game, Kyrie likes that. Even when he was in Boston, if we're not going to give him the same pressure the Boston gave him, I think he's going to love it being the number one option. I think it does raise questions, obviously, about our playmaking because now we're counting on a lot of Spencer Dinwiddie, some Jaden Hardy in spare time. I don't know where Dante Exum lies in this. I don't know where Max Christie lies in this either. And I bet not see one fucking article about the Mavs value Max fucking Christie. Not one single ink of paper about that. I don't want to see it. But I am sitting here like, well, the next 2 seasons have to prove us right. We need a deep playoff run. It don't have to be a championship. I need a deep playoff run for this to make sense and a move that sets us up, as everybody's saying for the Lakers, a bridge to the future.
Yeah. The Lakers,
because we just lost the future off this. So I just have to know. Because every time I come in this pod, y'all know I'm slick saying, oh, we could whoop OKC. We could whoop Denver. It don't matter. We got Luka Doncic. That's the reason I was saying. I'm now sitting here like, well, seeding matters. Matchups matter. The chips got to fall how they supposed to fall. So
if the Mavs make like a really deep playoff run, they make it to the Western Conference Finals, can you be mad at Nico?
I think I'll be justified with Nico, but I still need both. I need the bridge to the future move,
right?
In this next 12 months too. I need to see it. I always thought Kyrie would go before Luka, and that was where our assets would be coming from.
Right,
a Kyrie, Lively, Jaden Hardy type of package. But this is crazy.
Yeah, I don't think that future move is gonna happen within the next season or two. I think now. Because I really think they just wanted to get him out of there. But I think to save your ass, you play it off as like, we're in win now mode. And you just start getting like pieces that can complement Kyrie and AD and make it look like you're trying to win.
Well, beautifully, real quick, being sent the Zach Lowe clip in his 17-minute drop in the thing. And he beautifully said, yeah, I do. He alluded to, man, you can get the 7 or 8 first rounders and none of them pan out to they're not Luka Doncic. So it is. I do understand the win now thing, but then you give me Austin Reeves too.
Yeah.
At least I get a really good guy. I don't need a great guy, but give me the guy for the win now. But the guy that's like a bridge where people want to come play with this, or it makes sense to kind of build around him in the short term so we're not just fucking tanking every year. That is where we are all distraught and thinking this is the most shocking or maybe the worst trade of all time, and why everybody's looking at the Mavs like, what the fuck? No, you don't have a big in LA, but you got LeBron James and you have Luka Doncic, nigga. Something spicy gonna happen this playoff.
Yeah. No, I really, as a Laker fan, I don't understand how an Austin Reeves or a Rui wasn't thrown into that somehow. Because imagine if you have Rui Hachimura coming off the bench and you got AD, or you have an Austin Reeves coming off the bench and you got an AD. I'm really scared of that Mavs team.
Or at least the 2031 draft pick.
Does Max Christie even play on this Mavs team?
I don't know. That's why I said Dante Exum, Jaden Hardy, and Max Christie are all fighting for that 10th spot.
And none of them are playing over Spencer Dinwiddie.
Then the 2031 pick, it doesn't even soften it. It's like the Westbrook for Kyrie to Brooklyn thing. Like, no, both picks didn't matter. It was more of the asset of an Austin Reeves that I could flip for something later at that fucking salary.
Yeah. That was the one thing about the trade I didn't get, was why there wasn't like an extra player like a Connect or Reeves or Rui that was thrown in with it. Like, it was just Max Christie, AD, and picks. Like, that was, does Rob Pelinka have something on this nigga? Because like, I'm just like, that's a fleece. But
yeah, I don't think trading Luka just has to take more time than like one Saturday night.
They did that shit like a thief in the night, bro. Yeah. They didn't give anybody that's the other thing. I was like, they didn't give anybody even a chance. But I read it was because they said they didn't want Luka and his agent to have a chance to like build a narrative or try to get leverage.
Where you going? Because that's the Fox thing. He picked where he's going. Jimmy's picking where he's going.
Yeah.
It shortens Phoenix need to be like, well, I'll throw in the 2 first. Or it shortens San Antonio. Well, I'll throw in Vassell or Castle.
Mm-hmm.
So that even, shout out to Zach Lowe saying that too. But it's just like, no, it's fucking Luka Doncic. You call Houston. You call OKC.
Yeah.
You call San Antonio.
Yeah, you
call every fucking body and see. You call any nigga. I'm calling about LaMelo.
No, yeah, you call San Antonio and even just see if Victor's available. It's like, would you do it? Because would you?
Yeah. No, that's the
you call like Minnesota and be like Anthony Edwards.
And then also I saw something. It said they didn't want a fan base reaction either, like because once that gets leaked, the Mavs are rumored to be shopping around Luka Doncic. Oh, the fans are gonna
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they didn't want a fan base reaction, and they didn't want Luka and his agent to be able to like get leverage.
Even this is the part we haven't talked about. Even if you want to trade Luka, even if it's the defense, he's fat. He is 270 pounds probably right now. You don't do that in the middle of the fucking season.
Yeah, this could have waited till the offseason, and you could have made just as deep a playoff run this season. We didn't even get to the trade deadline. Yeah.
You didn't get the All-Star.
Like, you could have played out this season.
You made this a special trade deadline. Jimmy Butler and De'Aaron Fox aside, you made this a fucking unprecedented trade deadline.
It's about to get crazy. De'Aaron Fox got shipped out the next day.
Yeah. Let's talk about... We talked about the Mavs. Let's talk about the Lakers sides of things and LeBron.
Yeah.
The biggest question people are saying is like, does LeBron stay or go? And I think he 100.
The Warriors called about him today.
Yeah, I think the smart move is for him to 100% stay. Like, I think as like a LeBron fan, someone who roots for him and wants him to win number 5, like this is the best thing that could ever happen to him, is getting paired with Luka Doncic.
Yeah, I'd rather play with Luka than Steph.
100% right now. And like, this is with Austin Reeves and Luka on the offense, LeBron can now take a legitimate just like backseat, put himself on cruise control until the playoffs. And like, I think this makes him winning number 5 a legit possibility now.
Yeah, it makes it possible, but the rest of that roster is just not good, man. Like, outside of Dodo, Vando, and Reeves and Rui, that's it.
Yeah.
And like 3 of those guys play the same position essentially as LeBron. So it's like we need legitimate big men. So like somebody's got to get like flipped for that. Whether that's Reeves, whether that's Rui, maybe. Like, it's somebody we don't have a center. We don't even have a power forward. Unless LeBron's gonna play power forward now.
I would want him to. Yeah, I think it's shipping like the Rui contract for a center.
Because Jackson Hayes is fucking terrible.
Yeah,
I don't want to see Jackson Hayes touch the court ever again.
Yeah, he's barely a backup center.
Would you just quickly lose your Walker Kessler hope and like go for like a Clint Capella or a Valanciunas?
Absolutely. I just need somebody. I heard Mitchell Robinson today. He's been dealing with a lot of injuries. I don't know, and I also don't think the Knicks are just gonna help us out.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't be mad at that. I wouldn't be mad at it. But yeah, I would love a Clint Capella. I would love that. If Robert Williams was healthy, I would like that too. Yeah. But shit, bro, if we could, Walker Kessler is just so good. Like.
Yeah, and you still having that draft pick available. He's low money. You can make the money work. That's possible. Does Utah want to do it? Who knows?
Because I just saw Danny Ainge did know, given those picks was helping us get Luka.
Yeah, no, I saw that as well, and I'm like, how is that possible? Like that is some shady shit right there.
I mean, what do you say? Because like when there's a 3-team trade, do all 3 teams have to get on the phone together, or is it just like one team's like, we need these picks from you, blah blah blah, and you'll get Jalen Hood-Schifino, like, because they didn't give any players up, they just gave picks up.
Yeah,
so I don't know. I don't know how it really works. Of like, do you have to tell them who this is the end goal for?
Yeah, I guess not.
But then also for Utah, it's like, why did you just want Jalen Hood-Schifino?
You probably just wanted the picks, I guess, or maybe they see something in him that no one else does. But I think Nick Claxton is like the name I would go after.
I wouldn't be mad at that.
He makes like $20 million. The Rui contract could basically get you there.
Yeah.
Robert Williams
is
a lot cheaper at $12 million.
Yeah.
But he's much more injury prone, and I think Nick Claxton and Robert Williams, they're pretty similar. So players for me. So yeah,
I like a Nick Claxton with Luka. That's like him with a lob threat like that. That'd be fun.
With that 2031 pick, yeah, you can make it unprotected, and it's pretty valuable. Maybe not anymore since Luka's on the team, but I said Wendell Carter too as well.
Wendell Carter, I'm not mad at that. He was on my list. So it's just, but they have to go get somebody for this to even make sense.
Yeah, and I think
we got enough wings. We need a big man. I'd like to get another ball handler, unless you want to just bring Austin Reeves off the bench. But I don't think Austin and Luka need to start at the same time. Because, like, we don't have that many ball handlers. Like, I don't really count Gabe Vincent.
I think this extends LeBron's, like, playing window, too.
Really?
Like, I'm putting if they get a center, and I guess I'm going to have to see what happens on the court, but I'm like, if they have Luka and LeBron and, like, a capable defense, like, there's a reason to think they can win this year. There's a reason they think they could win next year. And LeBron just doesn't have to put that type of stress on his body with Luka on his team anymore.
Yeah.
And I think he can play till like 42 now. 42, 43 maybe.
I'm not mad at it. I'd like to see it.
And who's to say this dude's like, okay, I got Luka on my team. I'll opt out in the offseason, take a major pay cut. Let's get someone else. Like, this is such an opportunity for him to win number 5.
Yeah.
But also, I was thinking, what if LeBron opts out and be like, I love Kyrie and AD. I'll just go to Dallas.
I would be so mad.
Be reunited.
That's just like when they were saying LeBron and Draymond were going to Dallas.
Yeah, because there were kind of rumors.
This is my last Dallas talk, because we were talking about Laker trends. Jimmy Butler or Brandon Ingram makes me satisfied in all of this.
Brandon Ingram on that team would be nice.
One of the two. Give me another wing that can get a bucket. Give me a certified bucket, and I'm okay with all.
Who do you trade for Brandon Ingram?
And the young Brandon Ingram. I mean, it's going to take some lively PJ Washington type of thing, but yeah.
Yeah.
I would like to see Brandon Ingram on that team. That'd be nice.
Yeah, Nico saying that, I probably won't be here in like 10 years. So like, why do I care about it?
That was crazy. And I get it though.
I'm sure a lot of GMs think like that.
We've never said it on
Never
TV.
say it out loud. And it's just like a lack of respect for like the organization and the fan base.
Mm-hmm.
It's the ultimate power move.
That was, I don't know, man. It's we're gonna find out later. It's something else going on.
And I think the Lakers are gonna get like a fairly like pissed off, motivated Luka.
Oh, absolutely. I say if you're a gambling addict, take the over on points on Luka for the rest of the season.
And being a man who struggles with his fitness to be paired with the man who is the most fit player of all time.
Brian about to get him right. Brian gonna introduce him to the plug.
And Corey, I don't know if you can speak on this, but I think JJ and Luka had a great relationship.
Yeah. JJ liked playing with him.
And they were very friendly. But aside from that, I do not doubt that Luka will be motivated. I have stated a couple times since the trade that Luka might win a chip in LA. But what keeps Luka now from just leaving LA in 2026 and going to, say, a Miami or a Denver?
Damn. What if he does just go play with Jokic? I don't think he'd do that though.
I think he's in LA for good. I mean, LA is a great place to lose weight for sure.
Yeah.
A great place to lose weight is also a great place to get lost. Luka was riding around in an old school wide body, candy painted on. It was the dunk. Luka was riding in a dunk, so the LA influence might be a little too much.
Maybe.
People thought Miami because of the Slovenian population, but what about LA?
I think he's gonna love LA, man.
I am hating. This is like me seeing how fat his ass was. Big double chin getting off that plane. Fat ass nigga. Fuck him.
Bro, it's crazy. Like, this is crazy. You have to be a fan of AD, and I have to be a fan of Luka now.
I'm a big AD guy. I'm talking about top 5 defense going forward if it's just him and Lively and PJ. Lively, AD, and PJ is the top 5 defense. Don't talk to me.
I agree.
Give me Kyrie, and I told you, there's only 2 guys that ever go for 30 in a game 7. Only 2 duos. Kobe and Shaq. Luka and Spencer Dinwiddie.
and Luka gets to play with Finney Smith again. That's his boy.
Oh my God. I mean, that's the boy that got him riding in the donks, talking like a nigga. So yeah, he is so excited to play with Dodo again. That is so dope.
That's him. Probably Finney Smith probably gonna start now.
Fan. Hey, listen.
Dorian probably gonna start now because of that.
Yeah.
Listen, man.
And he played great against the Knicks.
AD was injury prone in LA. When he in the South, when he in New Orleans and Dallas, my boy play games. He ain't no glass house. We talking 70 game AD. We talking, look, man, AD prime might extend to 38 like Tim Duncan. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it seems like there might be, I've heard rumors like a great migration for like Mavs fans to become Lakers fans out of like protest of the organization and their love for Luka. I saw they lost like 1 million followers.
Shit that LeBron created. That's his new cool shit LeBron created. No. If you jumping ship, you are under. Well, how old was I when LeBron went to Miami? 15, 16?
8th grade. Summer of 8th grade.
Get
never
the fuck out of
never
here.
Forget.
That's that new school Gen Z shit. We don't do that, man. We don't do that. That's that G and Alpha shit. We are Dallas faithful, nigga. Welcome to the Hardy party, like I told Niles and Chris.
I love it.
We are here to stay. Derek Lively is an asset. Jaden Hardy is an asset. We got picks to move in this motherfucker. PJ Washington contract. I'm sorry, PJ. Klay Thompson. We got shit to do before Thursday.
Yeah, Klay Thompson and PJ Washington probably get you a Brandon Ingram type of player.
I know. That's why I said Jimmy or B.I. I tried the Jimmy thing. It didn't work, so I went for B.I. and it did. And
No, Brandon,
I would be satisfied. It would be a young guy that could get 40 any night with Kyrie and AD.
I think Ingram
just like when he was with Bron, he'd be locked in to play some defense. You still talking about Lively still on that team, Najee Marshall, Quentin Grimes. Like, we still have a slew of wings. So it's like, that's, I guess, when Max Christie would play. But yeah, Brandon Ingram would make a lot of sense right now.
I think Brandon and Kyrie would be nice. That's he hadn't had a point guard like that before.
And that's how you deal with AD's offensive streakiness, because defensively he's gonna be there every night in the playoffs.
Right.
It's those 40 pieces that you sitting there like, how do we go on a long run? Because Kyrie can have those nights too, like we saw in the playoffs. Like, he can have, especially in that OKC series, when it's fucking Lou Dort, Casey Wallace, Alex Caruso, J-Dub, Shea, like what the fuck? So yeah, we definitely need a BI to give them niggas buckets like he did when they got whooped in that first round. But BI was, when he played, was pretty effective.
Yeah. Saturday night, it felt like a fever dream. Like, I was up till like 3 a.m. Like, I was so wired, I couldn't go to bed.
I didn't go to bed till I was on the East Coast, but I didn't go to bed till 5 a.m.
Yeah,
I couldn't. I was watching this new show, Paradise, on Hulu. It's very good, by the way. Shout out Sterling K. Brown. But literally, I paused the show, and it just stayed on that one section, paused for like hours. Because I was just on both my phones, just like, I was texting and calling people on one phone. I was on Twitter on the other phone. It was just like, too much.
Damn, you got two phones?
Yeah, I got two phones.
Get to it.
No, this was like one of those like where you were type of moments.
Yes.
I mean, off the, like, in regards to like the NBA, this is the biggest like on the court thing. Off the court was probably when Kobe died.
Yeah.
Like a type of where you are type of moment. And like the only thing, nothing compares to this. It's the craziest thing that's ever happened. The Kawhi Paul George night, and then
LeBron signing with the Heat.
LeBron signing with the Heat, Kawhi Paul George. Those are the two things in my lifetime. Malice in the Palace fight. Like, them the three things I can only think
even
of.
Even KD to the Warriors wasn't even like that crazy. They was just like,
I'd say like KD's to
people were just like, damn, really, nigga? Like, it wasn't like oh my God, like, this was crazy.
KD to the Suns a couple trade deadlines ago, that was pretty, just a player traded of that caliber was like unprecedented in the middle of the season.
Right.
But this one, like, one ups it for sure.
Yeah, I mean, this is a dude in his literal prime. Like, he's going to be an MVP candidate for the next 7 years.
Yeah. All pro 5 times already.
Yeah.
And we saw all the videos going around the internet, the Suns bench reacting, like, what the hell is going on? Everyone was getting asked about it in press conferences. The world, like, stopped for a second.
It did.
Not even like the NBA world, but like the whole world stopped.
I'm telling you,
this was huge.
I'm telling you, my baby's in the house was sick, but I didn't care at all. I said, y'all don't understand. Forget this cold right now. Luka not on my team no more. We gotta understand what's going on. Babies didn't give a fuck. There's nobody in the house gave a fuck but me. I'm in the bed about to cry.
Did you shed a tear?
I didn't shed a tear. I was very distraught. My baby girl can tell you, she's sitting next to me right now. I was upset. I was just taken aback more so than anything. Like, there's always that possibility when you got a guy like Luka that he could leave for any reason. But for it to happen so abruptly during the trade deadline is never how I thought it would happen. Like, I thought the rumors would have piled up and I would have been able to brace myself. But that's not at all what happened. And we are in the AD and Kyrie era. Man, faithful forever.
Okay, so we had another trade the next day.
Yeah.
The Mavs did a bad trade, and the Kings said, hold on, don't forget about us. Right. We can also do some really bad trades. They trade Victor Wembanyama. I mean, they do not trade. They trade De'Aaron Fox. Never mind. De'Aaron Fox. The Kings get Zach LaVine, which I don't think makes sense.
Doesn't make any sense.
And then
Zach LaVine and DeRozan reunited the Sacramento Bulls.
That's crazy.
So Fox for basically Zach LaVine, 3 first-round picks. One of them is the Hornets' top 14 protected, That doesn't count because the Hornets are really bad. They're going to be in the top 14, no doubt about it. So basically, only 2 first-round picks and Zach LaVine, who no one wanted to trade for. So I mean, the
was that just to get that that cap space when he's gone?
I think he's still signed for. I don't know. It was kind of just like a lateral, like, okay, we trade De'Aaron Fox. Let's have Zach LaVine to be like middling, but middling in the NBA is not the right way to go.
No.
And then
not at all. That's
I know.
That's why I suggested forget middling. You still got Keegan Murray. DeRozan's on a short-term deal. Do you flip Sabonis? Like, do you get Sabonis out of there?
Yeah,
if you can, so. I guess so. But I don't think
some of these contenders, I'm calling.
If I'm the Kings, I have to get at least Sohan, Vassell, or Castle.
Yeah.
It just doesn't get done without not one of those 3
Trey
players.
Jones?
Trey Jones went to the Bulls.
Yeah.
It just...
Right, you didn't get Trey Jones or Keldon. Like, it looked... I was like, oh, yeah. I was shitting on my other homie in the group chat because they were shitting on me the day before about the Mavs making the bad trade. I was like, oh, you fucking Bulls are stupid. Like, you gave up LaVine. Like, you could have got something out of Detroit, like, of value.
And if the Spurs say no, I'm like, okay, we'll hit back on Thursday during the deadline, see if you change. And
was it just like one of those things of like, is this Fox's contract year?
He can sign an extension in the off, or he could have already.
So it was just one of those things of like, well, he's just gonna leave, so we got to get something, and he wants to go to the Spurs.
Yeah, but he could. But I feel like his value does not diminish in the off season.
But yeah, I mean, but that's the thing, and I think that's why they did Luka the way they did Luka, is because if all those teams are hearing, oh, well, De'Aaron wants to play with Wemby, and he's not going to sign with anywhere else, then what's the point of trading for him?
Yeah.
So then you got to trade with the Spurs, and you got to kind of take whatever the Spurs, get you, and that's why you bring in the Bulls as that third team, so you can at least get some guy that's serviceable that can give you 20. Like, I kind of get why the Mavs were like, we're just going to trade Luka in the middle of the night, so he can't be like, well, I want to go to the Heat, and then now we only can trade for Jimmy Butler. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just like, I think the Kings gave De'Aaron Fox too much leverage, and so their hands are just tied behind their back. It's like, well, we got to take whatever we can get from San Antonio. And if the Spurs are just like, well, he's gonna come here anyway, we're not giving you Vassell. So like, get you know. So I don't really know what else the Kings really could have done.
If I was them, I just would have held out. If they're not getting me any of those 3 players, I would have taken Sohan. I'm like, you're not even gonna give him up, like. Yeah. I just would have waited till the offseason if they weren't going to give me any of those players.
Because now the Spurs can make another move, and I think they should go get Cam Johnson.
The Spurs, like, the fact that they didn't have to give up any players, like, I think they can win a playoff series now.
I think so, too.
With De'Aaron Fox and Wemby. Like, they're built to win a playoff series.
Chris Paul is your backup point guard.
This is...
Like, that's amazing. I think you go get Cam Johnson, then you have a lineup of, like, De'Aaron Fox. Who would you play at the 2?
You'd put Cam Johnson, Devin Vassell at the 3 and 4, and then Wemby at the 5.
Yeah.
And then
who would be your 2?
I mean, I'd probably play Sohan then.
Yeah.
Since everyone can shoot.
Yeah.
Then I love Stephen Castle. Like, they're just, I mean, this is fantastic for the Spurs.
Yeah.
Like,
they're going to be really good for a long time.
They have now opened their window.
They have a core of really young players that are promising. They have a generational player at center, and then they have a dude who's already been an all-star. Like, that just came to.
I love De'Aaron Fox. I'm higher on him than like a lot of people. I think he's really good.
He's great.
Yeah, they can win maybe 2 playoff series. Like, Wemby's going to be in the playoffs this year.
Yeah, they're in 11th right now. They're 3 games back at 8th. They're going to make a run. De'Aaron Fox is really good, and I think part of it, he wasn't as motivated on that Kings team because they sucked. But I just think, like, now, I think you're about to see a completely different player, bro. That De'Aaron Fox is really good.
Yeah. Corey had to leave. So we wish him well. We wish his mentals well. He seemed to be doing okay though, right?
Yeah. I think you just gotta. It is what it is, man. You gotta accept the fact that AD is now on the Mavs. Like I'm just like for me, I was like, all right. I processed it and I was like, okay, this is crazy. I don't know if I like it too much, but I guess post LeBron, this is an amazing move to swap LeBron for
this is
the player that's closest to him.
This is like the luckiest thing that could ever happen to any franchise.
Exactly. But I'm also just thinking like now we need some size. So that maybe they'll figure it out. I don't know. We'll see.
And now the Spurs with Fox. We're not done yet though. We're hearing that the Suns are listening to Kevin Durant trades. Like no one knows what the hell's going on now. Jimmy Butler is probably very upset right now.
Yeah. The one dude that wants to get traded is watching everybody else get traded.
Yeah. And I haven't heard much movement on his situation. Okay.
I don't think he gets traded, bro.
It doesn't really feel like that, but who knows?
There's like for who? Like are the Suns really going? The Suns are not going to trade KD for Jimmy Butler.
No.
I don't even think KD wants to leave Phoenix. They're just saying, if you give us a good enough package for a 35-year-old, we're down to listen.
No, if I'm Phoenix, I think it is the smart move to trade KD because I don't think you're going anywhere with the roster. Him and Devin Booker are your most valuable assets, and you want to keep Devin since he's a lot younger.
Exactly.
And I think you can still get a really good haul for Kevin Durant. He's still
Jimmy Butler's not the haul.
Like
you want to look at Utah. Like you could get Colin Sexton, Walker Kessler, and maybe another player for a KD. You know what I'm saying? Like
maybe
that's the type of thing they're looking at.
Yeah,
they're not just trying to swap him out for another All-Star.
If like if I'm the Cavs, if KD's available, I call and be like, all right, we got Jared Allen, Karis LeVert, Max Strus contract. That's enough money.
I was thinking Cleveland and Houston need to go try to get KD. And Memphis too.
Memphis would be great. Even reuniting in the Warriors would be a good move.
Yeah, they called about him too.
Yeah.
Yeah. If Cleveland was smart, I would try. At least try.
Because we're not.
You're getting out the East with KD on that Cleveland squad. All you got to
he's a killer.
You just got to be able to keep one of Mobley or Jared Allen. Like you got to keep one of them.
Yeah, we're not. I wouldn't trade Mobley, Garland, or Mitchell, and we can make the money work if we put in Jared Allen. So
I would any team that's kind of like has a shot at winning, like even OKC, try. It's Kevin Durant.
Oh, I would love that.
Old KD on this Thunder team, try, bro.
Reunion,
dude. It would be nasty.
That would be awesome.
I would love to see Shea and KD.
Yeah,
it'd be beautiful.
Yeah,
they have the pieces to trade, so we'll see. Maybe next week we'll be talking about a Kevin Durant trade.
Right. Yep. Who knows? Trade deadline's this Thursday.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys for tuning into this. This has been the Cap Room. I'm Ben Zepp, Niles Abston.
We're out of here. Stop the cap.
Peace out.